OWTU and the unions play a major role in the oil industry in this country for years upon years. And instead of it improve, it just keeps deteriorating. And all they used to be complaining about is they want protective wear, they want holiday, they want increase in pay.
I wonder what they're doing now.
They never ever had any input into reorganizing the company,
True.
restructuring it, looking for means and ways to create a more viable and economic industry. And you reach up now where we face this dilemma with the company. And instead of they decide, well, okay, here, let me see how we can restructure the company to keep it going. Allow a VSEP, so we could see whatever possible means just to keep the company. You come and you shut down the company, boop, just one, he agree with that. And now, this is the same.
I said to the general manager of Synergy TV, that is O'Brien Haynes, I told him, I said, I'm going to make Real Talk the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. Let me tell you something. The first 3 months into my show, I become #1. And from there, every 3 months after, when they did that survey, it's #1 down the line. You know why? I'm working on making it the #1 current affairs program, where we bring the facts and the figures and the reality to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. I'm not telling you I will buy a mattress for you when I don't even have money to buy a mattress for myself. So if I don't have money to buy a mattress for myself, how I could buy one for you? Huh? Because it's the real things I'm coming with. And we the citizens have to understand what we want. That is what we have to understand. And until we come to that reality, we will continue having deja vus. So listen to this now. Remember when I was talking about human trafficking and police officers? Approximately 30 local police officers are currently under watch by the Trinidad and Tobago Professional Standards of Bureau, that is the PSB. They have been connected in a deep-rooted human trafficking ring operating between Venezuela and Trinidad and Tobago. The investigations are ongoing even as police are probing the recent illegal entry of scores of Venezuelans into Trinidad and Tobago. The trafficking network, which is supported and operated by corrupted local law enforcement officers, have been exposed in a 2019 CARICOM study on human trafficking conducted by Dr. Justin Pierre. Remember when I was telling earlier about that? Boom! In the media waves in Trinidad and Tobago now. So what I bring to all you? I bring reality to all you. Senior law enforcement officials said over the past years, polygraph tests have been done on suspected corrupted Southwestern Division officers. Those who refused to do so, the tests was said to be transferred out of that division. Now remember, the commissioner spoke about that. Whoever refused to do the test will be transferred out of that division, and there were officers, there were high-ranking officers who refused to take the polygraph test. All you remember that? I tell you, it's real thing I bring into all you. I have a lot of action and I have a lot of moves, because when you're here on set, it is getting in the right frame of mind to bring it to all you. You see, if I stand up just and there's blah, 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 hey, how this man so boring, boy? But like I said, I have made Real Talk #1. Now I want to thank you, the viewers, now, for viewing on and having the numbers growing. So hence the reason why you and I could make this the #1 current affairs program. And there is none like this anymore. So just imagine that 30 officers in Trinidad and Tobago are presently under the watch. Now, what do we get with human trafficking. Listen this. A 33-year-old joiner from Diego Martin had been charged with sexually assaulting and drugging a 15-year-old girl. The suspect was charged with 4 counts of sexual penetrations and 2 counts of giving narcotics to a child. The victim reported that between April to July 2020, she was forced to have sexual intercourse and smoke marijuana on 2 occasions with the man at his home. The suspect is expected to appear before a Port of Spain magistrate court. I think it easy? Or let's think it easy? It's not easy outside here. This is why, now things like this inspire me. That is why I need all your help in building the Rape Crisis Center. So listen to this now. Officers of the Child Protection Unit has arrested and charged a woman on 1 count of child cruelty. The suspect is expected to appear virtually at the Superior Magistrate Court to face charges. Reports said the minor suffered injuries on her shoulder, forearm, and belly after being dealt several blows from a broom. After investigation was done, the child was removed from the home and placed in the care of her father. It's hard, you know. It's hard, you know. It's hard, you know. So with human trafficking now, it comes all these things. It comes with all these things. And this is a story put together to let you know that human trafficking is real. Abuse and rape is real. Look at the 15-year-old. Forced to have sex. Forced to smoke marijuana. Caller, good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Ali, you hear what happened? I used to work at TPC, and I understand.
I'm not hearing you clearly, caller.
What? So anyway.
You could probably hang up and try us again. Thank you so much. And watch me, it's things like these that motivate me to come up with the idea and then to put it into reality of the Rape Crisis Center for Trinidad and Tobago. Some of you all may think it's a joke, but it's not. It is not a joke. So I'm asking you tonight now, make a donation, make a contribution. You're planting a seed on behalf of your loved ones in the future in case an incident happen. You see, I'm going to tell you something. Why I say plant a seed for the future and for the children. When long time we used to build a house and we never used to put burglar proof. Never. You know what we used to say? Man, nobody are coming in, man. We could go to sleep with the door open. Now, when we build burglar proof, before we paint, it's in the concrete. It's in the concrete. So you know what we're doing? We're planning for the future. So in case someone should break the louvers, they can't come in. So this is why I am telling you, plant a seed. Plant a $1,500 seed. All we need is 7,000 people, you know, to contribute to build the Rape Crisis Center. So when you plant a seed now, you're planting a seed in case your loved one, the husband, the wife, the children, the grandchildren, even grandma. Even grandma. So hence the reason why we came up with this idea, and I just need your contribution. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead, sir.
I work at the right? We have 4 years. We have 4 years back, and we not getting anything. Right? We work for 4 years salary. Right? And we have stuff. We begging. When after was in power, we get rid of everything. And what after the government is they only study and all money get over. What to do with it? What to do with it?
Thank you, caller. There is some feedback from your line to our studio. I do apologize for cutting. Now, viewers, it's almost 3 minutes to the end of our show tonight. But you see, when you're bringing reality to the people, you see how fast time does go? This is how fast. But nevertheless, we are in a real world. You see, I can tell you something. Gone were the days of Alice in Wonderland. Gone were the days of fantasies and fairy tales. You know why I'm saying that? Because when you get up in the morning, and you hear your brother, or your wife, or your husband, or your sister, or your neighbor even calling you out, when the reality hit them and when they get off the bed is that, I wonder why again they walk today, boy. That is when reality just hit us. And that's when the neighbor calling out to the neighbor, "Neighbors, you had nothing to do, boy? You had nothing for me?" And that is the reality we are facing. So viewers, I want to let you understand, it is election in Trinidad and Tobago. I cannot tell you who to vote for, or what to vote for, or how to vote. But think, and you see this phrase that both parties is used, or all parties, think about your children and your children's future. Let me tell you something, don't study them, you know. Don't study them. Think about what you're going to do. Think about your reality before the children one. Because if you do not make it as the breadwinner in the home, if you do not make it as that individual, how the children making it? How the children making it? You see, me as a father, and fathers throughout Trinidad and the world, and the mothers throughout the world, you see, we have to prepare for the children. So when you hear ministers and counselors come and think about the future of your children, if you as the individual or you as the parent don't set a future, how the children will have it? So you cannot vote on your children, you vote on what you want. Because once you get what you want, the children will get what they want. So that old slang where parties is be talking about, think about your children and the future and your grandchildren, all that is old talk. Because if we as the individual ain't put something together, they cannot get it. And that is for, let us sit down and think about what I'm telling earlier. If you as the individual don't set a standard and don't put something in place, they wouldn't have nothing. They wouldn't have nothing. So look at reality. We have come to the end of our show tonight, viewers. It was a fantastic Thursday. It was a great program that we prepared just for you. So there's a rerun of this tomorrow at 11 a.m. and it's Fire Friday very soon. So viewers, be safe. Until we meet again, good night.